Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn love reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not, as that may be meant for someone else. All right, so we're going to get our whispers of love, and we're going to look at what you may possibly be struggling with regarding love, what you may need to look at, and possible future energies. For Capricorn, what is Capricorn struggling with in love? What? Okay. So we have be willing to express love to receive love. And then we have true love. This love is once in a lifetime. So struggling with really letting your walls down and letting that person in. And that can be something that's very hard to do because you get scared and you've been hurt. And it's like, do I trust this person or do I not trust this person? Do I believe in this person? Do I not believe in this person? You know, but I also feel like you are struggling with that. You do feel that this is a positive relationship, that this is something that you want to grow, but you're also being hesitant because of you're keeping walls up around you. All right, so what does Capricorn need to look at in this reading? What does Capricorn need to look at in this reading for love? What does Capricorn, let's see, you need to look at receive with love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. I feel like this person is giving to you, but it's almost like you have those walls up, so you're not really receiving it, that you're not, you need to look at how you are receiving the attention or the love from this other person. That sometimes when we get scared about things, is we don't accept and appreciate. Like someone gives you a compliment, right? If someone gives you a compliment and they say, oh, you're so pretty today, is your response thank you? And does that make you feel good? Or is your response, well, you're just saying that because you have to say that. You're just saying that because you're my partner. You're just saying that because you want something from me. What is your response to that? When someone gives you a compliment, what do you say? How do you feel? How does that make you feel inside? Does that make you feel good? Does that make you feel positive? Or does that make you say, okay, like, why are you saying this? Does it make you shoot back some negative energy or say negative things back to that person? That's something that we have to really look at. And especially if it's someone, you have these walls up around you and you're trying to protect yourself, what you would do if someone gives something to you, you're going to take it in a negative way and you're going to shoot back negativity. Because you're like, I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to let my wall down because that's how you're trying to get at. Are you trying to manipulate me, right? That's something that you have to look at. Future energies, have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. I love this. That's beautiful. And then we have all the butterflies, and I feel like it's transformation. So I feel like sometimes within relationships, we really have to look within and see how are we responding to our partner? How are we responding to that other person? Are we receiving that love with appreciation and using that positive energy that they are giving us to make ourselves stronger, or are we throwing it back in their face? Are we attacking? Are we being negative? That's really something that, you know, we have to look at as how we are responding. All right, let me see. I just feel like grabbing these, so let me just grab these and let's get some more cards. So Capricorn, struggling with love in a relationship. Okay, so we have the Chariot, so that could be a Cancer sign. And yeah, we have the Five of Wands, which is fighting and battling and arguing and, you know, fighting with taking those walls down, fighting with that other person, feeling angry, trying to protect yourself and causing disagreements. And like I've said before, sometimes it's not about the argument and is the dishes in the sink, but is it something deeper? And is that something deeper is because you have walls up because you're trying to protect yourself. And that you don't want to, you know, maybe that person keeps trying and trying and trying to reach you, and they just feel like you have these walls up and they're not able to reach you, and they're just getting frustrated. And so they're, You know, it's causing these arguments and disagreements because this person is trying to reach out, and you're just not accepting it. And it's making that person angry, and so then there's conflict. I feel that there's a lot of conflict and friction because I'm looking at all of this dust here, all of this dirt and this dust, and the horses are being wild. Sometimes I focus up here where this person is directing and moving forward, but for some reason on this reading, I'm focusing on the chaos that's going on here, especially with it being right next to the Five of Wands. This chaos and this dirt and this stirring things up has really stood out to me, and especially with that Five of Wands coming through there. And then we have this Three of Cups. I feel like it's almost like you're denying yourself happiness. You're denying yourself happiness, and because there's all of this chaos, and you feel like you're protecting yourself, but you're also stopping yourself from receiving that Three of Cups. Taking a hard look at yourself, and that's not an easy thing to do. I'm not saying that it's your fault. I'm not trying to say negative things towards you. If this resonates with you, that's great. If it doesn't, that's fine. Sometimes, like I said before, we just have to take a hard look at ourselves as the energies that we are putting out towards other people. That's what I'm feeling from this reading, is looking at yourself. We have the Fool card, right? I feel like that's definitely something different. Sometimes we are always trying to find fault with other people, or say, well, they're not enough, or they're not this and they're not that. But we really need to look at within ourselves, right? Within ourselves, what are we doing? You know, are we putting up these walls? Are we out of reach, right? This person is out of reach because there's people all down here holding these wands going towards, but this person is out of reach. Are you out of reach? And is that something that you need to look at? Then for future energies, we have the Six of Wands, which is success and victory. And then we have the Hierophant, which I feel is that belief, that self-belief. Belief in having faith. Look at that, having faith. And then we have the Hierophant. Having faith. Trust your faith in this situation. Trusting that you will get past this situation, trusting that this is a learning lesson for you. Sometimes we have these obstacles in our way, and we have these situations where it's having faith that this is something that you have to look at and something that you have to see differently. It's those actions that you're doing, that you're putting out, that you're doing. I keep going back to this true love, and I just feel like the reason why this lesson is coming through for you is because you do feel that there is a connection with this person. You do feel there is true love. You do feel that there is something worth fighting for, right? That this is something that could be very different. Eight of Cups, walking away from these walls that you've put up, right? Walking away from, right, not willing to express love, not willing, because this one here is be willing to express love to receive, having that give and take. So taking some of those walls down. So I feel like over here you take some of those walls down. Now this is something that takes time. This is not something that happens overnight. This is not something that, you know, it takes time, and it takes trust, and it takes actions from that other person to give you that safe feeling for you to feel like you can take those walls down, that you can feel safe enough to explore what it feels like to open up to that person, right? Finally letting go. Five of Swords. I like how this one is drawn is he has that sword that's cutting through everything, and it's like, I'm ready to take charge. I'm ready to make some changes. I'm ready to leave this behind me, right? This fear, this unknown, right? Ready to leave these old emotions and feelings behind me. I'm ready to pursue something that is more fulfilling, that is happy, that makes me feel good, right? So let's grab, I feel like let's just grab a couple of these cards here. I love it. Awakening, renewal, revival, aha, seeing the signs, having the feelings, right? Feeling like, okay, I'm ready. Looking back over how much time have you wasted trying to be shut down, trying to hold people back, trying to... I understand why it happened in the first place, but it's also, we have to realize that if we continue to do that, we will never have that true love and fulfillment that we want, and those feelings and those relationships that we want, because if we're constantly putting up walls towards every single person that comes towards us, whether it's friends, family, you know, partnerships, I feel like it's, at times, yes, we have to protect ourselves, but then we have to see, okay, we can't keep doing that to every relationship that comes in. This brings in a lot of growth. I love it. The Empress. The Empress is that growing and that learning and more fulfillment, that harvest, right? Because she has the wheat here, that harvest. She's got the lotus flower where it's almost like it's opening up, it's blooming, and it's letting those walls down, right? Kind of coming out of the shadows and coming to the forefront and kind of walking away from the negativity and kind of getting yourself out of that and growing and learning. And like again with the Eight of Cups and that Five of Swords is just handling those difficult situations and finding your happiness. I love it. Here we are, Three of Cups, because over here I feel like you're denying yourself the Three of Cups, and over here I feel like you're finally finding that Three of Cups. And here she has her cups and it's just her, but she has, there's emotions, there's fruits, there's harvest, there's fulfillment, there's overjoyed, there's happiness, right? And the Star, which is Aquarius, which is, again, I almost feel like it's, she's filling up these cups of this happiness and this hope and this direction, right? This guidance and this knowing that things will get better because you are making things better. You're not leaving that up to another person. You're looking within. You're looking at those things that are maybe a weak spot, and you're looking at how can I work on that? How can I strengthen that? How can I move forward from that? How can I have more emotional fulfillment through myself? Not putting that on someone else, right? It's up to you to make the changes. It's up for you to see those things where it's lacking, on those things that you have to work on. And you have to be open to, you know, making those changes and having faith that, yes, things will get better. If you're in that frame of mind where it's not going to get better, it's never going to change, what are you talking about, Jill? Life is negative, good things don't happen to me. If that's your frame of mind, that's fine. But that's sort of what you're putting out is what you will receive back in. It's hard to change sometimes, but it's once you turn that around, right? This Judgment card where you open your eyes and you see how much time you have spent being in the negative, and you start to fly free, and then you feel more positive that things start to change. Like I said before, it's not something that happens overnight. This is something that takes time because you're so used to saying it's not going to happen or putting up walls and not sharing and blaming it on other people, that it's going to take some time to change that thought process. But you have to be open to see it from that point of view. But if you have blinders on to only see it one way, then that's how you will always see it, and it will never change. That's just my opinion. That's my thought. It's what you put out there is what you get back, right? Express love to receive love. It could also be express negativity to receive negativity. Just my thought. All right, we have unexpected. Sometimes we don't realize how much things can change unexpected when we just change one little thing, and we start to think about making those changes, and we take the actions to make those changes. And it's better than we could have expected. But we have to be willing and open for those changes. You have to be ready for it. If you're not ready for it, it's not going to happen, and it's not going to happen to the biggest potential. All right. We have unity. A time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. I love that because this is a love rating. And then we had this true love, right? You radiate and attract great love. So you're radiating. Radiating means you're putting that out, right? You're putting out. You're putting out. Express love to receive love. What you're putting out. You radiate You're radiating great love and attract great love, right? You're attracting what you put out, you bring back in. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.